Welcome back, y'all. It is the Drunk Capitalist here today, and we got some new financial news. I'm sure some of you have heard and some of you haven't heard, but StockX, the third party reseller site for sneakers, collectibles, and just hype beast culture in general, is being sued by Nike over NFTs. Now, I haven't got a chance on this channel to discuss NFTs, aka non-fungible tokens, but basically, Nike is saying that StockX is using its trademark in order to make money, and Nike does not like that. If you know anything about Nike, they are not shy about suing you. If they feel like you've copied them, they will sue you. Just ask the guys over at Cool Kai. Ask the guys with the Nike SBs with that check mark that isn't a check mark, but it looks like a check mark. And Nike said, no, that's way too close. And StockX is finding themselves in this exact same predicament where they're creating NFT sneakers, and now Nike is saying, hey, those sneakers are actually our sneakers. You're not allowed to make it. So why is this a big deal, and why is Nike going after them? Basically, non-fungible tokens actually are valuable to StockX, because if you are in a metaverse situation and you want to flaunt your sneakers and you want everyone to know that your sneakers are official tissue, just like you will put that StockX tag, that NFT in the digital world will, and in the reality, would serve as that authentication. The problem is StockX should not be the ones creating that NFT. The NFT that you create should always come from the original creator of the item, the artwork, the collectible, whatever it is. It should always be coming directly from the actual creator. It should not be a copy. That's the entire point of an NFT, is that it is not a copy. It is authentication of the original and non-fungible token. Now, like I said, it would be valuable for StockX to have NFTs, but they cannot be the ones to actually create that NFT. Now, let me explain. If Nike releases NFTs alongside their physical products, then that NFT will serve as a way to authenticate that physical product. Now, we all know resellers buy products from Nike and sell it on StockX. Now, if those NFTs are also being sold alongside, then we are able to track each seller and buyer through the blockchain. And that's the entire point. But if StockX is coming in the mix and selling their own NFTs, it's going to confuse everyone because StockX doesn't make sneakers. So it seems like StockX is getting in on the scamming side of NFTs, where they just create things out of thin air with no real backing. And Nike's going to win this one, basically. So let's take a look at the StockX vault, right? So we got the StockX vault situation. We got the StockX vault. And basically they're like, for years, people have come to StockX to discover, consume, and invest in current culture. Current culture sits at the intersection of fashion, sports, music, and its boundaries are far more expansive, touching on a diverse range of subjects from gaming to art to next-gen investing. So basically we have here a situation. It says, today, unlike traditional stock exchanges, the millions of orders executed on StockX involve physical products moved from sellers to StockX for authentication, and then ultimately buyers to be worn, collected, resold, and simply held as an alternative investment. We've always known that this was just the beginning. Today we're launching Vault NFTs, an experience where our customers can invest in NFTs tied to physical products, and takes them instantly with lower fees, and believe that the physical items that trade on our platform are part of a new alternative asset class that can be uniquely associated with NFTs. The buyer of a StockX Vault NFT will also own the corresponding physical item, including the opportunity to take possession of it at any time. The physical products tied to our Vault NFTs are stored in our own secure climate-controlled facility. Each Vault NFT edition is uniquely serialized to an authenticated product in our vault. As a title of ownership, Vault NFTs are minted under custodial authority on the Ethereum blockchain to reduce transaction fee and minimize environmental impacts and create performances. So yeah, that's right there is where they explain the issue that Nike is having, is that they're guaranteeing owners of the NFTs themselves that they have themselves minted these NFTs, that those owners will be eligible to claim their vault NFT at any time, the actual physical product at any time. So that means StockX is not just the third-party seller now, they are actual sellers now. Before they were just middleman, now they're guaranteeing that they're actually selling the sneakers themselves. That's a huge issue. Like, that's conflict of interest, because we already had, if you're a sneaker collector like myself, I do like sneakers, if you already have this huge stigma against you that, sometimes you guys are selling fake sneakers, and just in general, people believe that there's a possibility that the reason that all these bots are taking away sneakers immediately as soon as they release within seconds is because we have companies like StockX that make money off of reselling sneakers. We already had this sneaky suspicion that StockX is the one copying all the shoes and reselling it to us. Like, they're the ones buying it from Nike and selling it to us at triple the price. Like, we already had that sneaky suspicion. We know that real sellers exist, but there are few and far between that are getting all the releases. But if you go on StockX, as soon as the sneaker is announced, you can go on StockX and find that sneaker and purchase it, and it will be shipped to you release date. That alone should already tip you off that there's something going on. But now you see StockX here guaranteeing people pairs themselves, not from other sellers, but themselves, that they would themselves own actual physical sneakers for you to collect at a random time. Nike's gonna have a problem with that. They're just gonna have a problem with that, because they're not Foot Locker. They're not an authorized retailer. They're an authorized reseller, because they're a third-party transactional site for peer-to-peer transactions, not from StockX to customer transactions. Do you know what I'm saying? You guys get it. It's money talk. Nike is not gonna be a fan of this, and it makes sense. Like, if you really think about what's gonna go on in the metaverse, the actual creators are the ones that need to have the NFTs, not anyone else. We already have reports of people stealing people's JPEG artwork and creating NFTs out of it and selling it to the highest bidder. We already have, I'm gonna just put it out there, 95% of the NFTs right now are scams. I'm just gonna put it out there. There are sellers that are I'll show y'all right now. There are sellers that are basically buying their own NFT to make it look like it's worth something. They're literally buying their own NFT at like $300 million and just washing the sale, basically. So here we go. We got Fortune. A handful of NFT users are making big money off of a stealth scam. Here's how wash trading works. I mean, I already know how wash trading works, but I'm sure you guys want to look at it. By artificially inflating the prices of their NFTs or non-fungible tokens through a process called wash trading, 110 NFT traders netted a combined $8.9 million in profits from unsuspecting buyers in 2021, according to report by the blockchain platform Chain Analysis. Wash trading is the process of raising the price of an NFT when one person is selling it in between two of his or her own digital wallets and essentially sell to themselves at a higher price than the NFT would fetch in the regular marketplace. They are then able to sell to someone else at a falsely higher price. Yes, that is basically how it works. And things like this happen in the stock market as well, where prices get inflated so they can sell it to the highest bidder. That's why you don't want to buy at the top. You never want to buy at the top. And the thing with NFTs is that a lot of people aren't doing enough research. They don't really have enough time and understanding markets and investments. And they just don't understand that something is really only worth what you pay for it. And if you can't actually get the value and see the value of owning a JPEG, you should not buy that JPEG. That's all I'm saying. If all you get when you buy an NFT is a link to a picture, That's an issue. It's not a Basquiat. It's not that. That's not what this is. These are scammers. There are NFTs that make sense, and they're gonna make more sense in a few years from now when the metaverse becomes a thing in real life. Because right now we're on the edge of people not really believing, people believing, and then there's all these crypto this scams here. They're trying to implement it at the same time scare you away from it. So you have to really dig deep to figure out the information and what's real and what's not right now. And for the most part, most of the creators of NFTs are not real right now. And you know, shout out to the board 8 people. You know, they actually created an NFT that has some value, where it's like exclusive access to events and meeting people and stuff like that. But in general, it's an age-old concept. Exclusivity creates, you know, a value. But for most of the NFTs that's out there, there is no value. For example, Nas's NFT has value. Most NFTs just don't have value though, because Nas's NFT gives you access to profits from the record sales. That's a different level of actual value. We're not talking about a link to a photo like that you could see on Instagram. Like, that's not what we're talking about, you know. So back to StockX. So for example, right, you can go into StockX's vault, right? Okay, let's take a look at the Dunk Low first, okay? The Dunk Low sells right now for about, let's say, $264. But let's pick a size. Let's go with size 10. That's the US men's size 10. This is the physical product, right? And we're going with $285. Now, if we were to go to that same item in the NFT that's sold by StockX in the StockX vault, you can buy that same item in a men's size 10 for $550, but you don't have the shoe. But how does that even make sense? And this is where Nike is coming in to say, look, listen, this is insane. You're literally using our name in order to swindle our customers into buying your NFT, your fake transactional non-fungible token. Like, why would the actual product, which is actually very like sought after, be hundreds of dollars less than the digital version, like a digital card of it? That doesn't make sense. And it goes to show you what you have to question what the StockX have up its sleeve, and it's not looking good for them. I'm telling you right now, they're definitely losing this. Like, there's no way you literally have a picture of a Nike shoe and saying you're selling Nike shoes. That it don't look good. That's all I'm saying. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that this was informative and I gave you guys some insight into what's going on. I'll see you guys next time. This is The Drunk Capitalist. Peace.